I intentionally delayed it to watch you. You're amazing. Have you pressed the stop button?
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to make it. I've got to turn this off because we've got 30 seconds to go.
Yeah.
All right, are we ready to go?
Yeah, we're already live on social media.
We are live on socials. All right, cool.
All right, are you ready for me to switch the mics over?
Come on, man. I'm in this big air from that thrift shop down the road. I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm looking for a come up. This is awesome.
It certainly is freaking awesome. It is Edge Entertainment Australia. Haha, it's Edge Radio Australia. I'm pointing at Travis because we would like to play games around here. Now, you may have noticed something different. Yes, Travis has done his hair today, looking a little different, mate. It's good to see you.
Antoinette.
Hey?
Okay, Antoinette.
Oh, Antoinette. Kenny, you're looking at $1 million, mate. Yes.
Ken's looking very uncomfortable sitting next to
I don't blame him, quite frankly.
Our LGBTQ community.
This right now, you are looking at Happy Halloween, everybody. Right? You want to see where the world's going? This is it. So no, we need to fix this right now. Oh, we are doing the old 6-pack at 5-ish. I don't actually even have a beer yet, so we're not doing very well indeed. But we'll give it a crack.
I don't think you need a beer. I
No,
think you
I
need
don't.
Ray Hitland.
Oh, no. For those who are listening on edgeradioaustralia.com, thank you. But the other thing, if you want to know what the hell we're going on about, check out the socials. We're right now streaming. Are we streaming on Facebook? Oh, of course we are. Okay, and YouTube. We're all over the place. And let's just say...
Your hair's all over the place.
My hair is all over the place. I'm having a bad hair day. What can I say? The things you'll do for a dare. I'll do pretty much anything for a dare. I should have actually told you that, but there you go. Now,
Aaron looks like a white Diana Abbott.
Oh, dear. What a terrible way to start the show. What are we going to talk about today?
Oh, Tyler, you legend.
Oh, sure. Go straight for my appearance. I appreciate that. All right. Now, Travis, let's just try and pull this in. Right? Okay. Try and pull your act together here, right? What are we talking about tonight on the show?
Can I just pardon this one off to Kenny?
Yeah, Kenny, this is yours, mate.
Sorry, I'll get this one. So, Brittany Higgins. Let's be going from one controversy to another.
Hang on, Brittany or Aaron, who wore it better?
I was about to say who took it better, but I think that's a bit.
That's just next. All right.
Oh,
okay.
Depending on how this conversation goes, because we've been talking about the Twitter takeover on the Greater Wealth.
We did.
At 1 o'clock every Monday. So I kind of want to continue that, but have a look more on the political side of things and how that's going to affect society as a. Sorry, I just cannot take you serious. So you remember when we did that one show? You were trying to do an intro on the live event we did with Derek.
Yeah,
and you just look at me and you just went, "Oh, your face."
Are you having the same thing, right?
Like, the problem is I'm seeing you on this as well, and it doesn't it is a terrible look. I think really that's going as the desktop saver image now.
Well, every time I put it on wig, it tends to go viral, so we better. Oh, okay. Let's talk about Brittany Higgins. Okay, come on, let's do this.
Oh wow, my
focus.
So Brittany Higgins, obviously, there's a Liberal staffer.
Yep.
Got absolute shit-faced drunk. Went back to Parliament House. I think that's the legal definition. It's just shit-faced drunk.
It is.
Went back to Parliament House, got her rocks off, and then claimed rape afterwards.
Okay. Oh, I think
that's a rough summary.
Okay, that's your summary. But okay, fair enough. All right. Now, okay, there is some sort of I don't know what. Did sex happen? Did it not happen?
Oh, no, it definitely happened.
Right. Well, no. Hang on.
Maybe not with him though.
Well, hang on. Yes, this is the thing. The fact is, where's this physical evidence?
The point is, she said that she was too drunk to know whether she gave consent or not.
Wow, that's a beauty, isn't it?
So that's the curly one here.
Well, hang on, that should be the end of the case right now, because ultimately it's about but ultimately it's about consent, right? Okay,
yes.
Yeah, and it's if you have sex with someone, okay, you know what? Both of you should be in on the deal. You should both consent, right?
Yes.
Now, if she's not sure if she did or not, then why in the world has this gone to trial? Oh, hang on, I know.
She's a woman.
No, well, I was going to go even
Sorry.
further. Than that. I was just going to say purely because of
It's an election.
election. Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right.
So-
This is a WA. This is an Australian version of a dodgy laptop. So right, okay, yeah,
Hunter Biden's laptop. There you go.
exactly.
But the problem is, like, I haven't seen the footage. They've actually got footage of inside Parliament House of them walking through the hallways.
Yep.
I just find it frustrating and infuriating, and it how can I word this without sounding like a sexist pig?
Here's the problem: you can't have the conversation
without sounding like a
exactly
sexist pig.
because, quite frankly, the fourth wave feminists have taken over this narrative so strongly. You can't have an honest conversation anymore.
And what's really fascinating here is the actual normal, like, Bettina Arndt, like the second wave feminists that believe in true equality between the sexes,
Which is how it should be. Yep.
can't even say what they want to say without the fourth wave feminists just losing their shit, gluing themselves to a road and just trying to pour fake blood all over themselves.
It
and
is
whatnot.
absolutely insane.
Oh wait, no, that's vegans. So, sorry,
Pick your extremist.
and you've hit the nail on the head there.
Yeah.
Pick your extremists. So, my question, and I'm going to throw this one over to Uncle Kenny.
Please do.
As someone from the older generation, how do you think this would have been treated back in the day?
It wouldn't have got past the front counter at the police station in the old not that long ago, really.
Yeah.
And this is a question it's always asked in cases similar to this, and there's quite a lot of them. Why were charges laid when there was no evidence apart from the say-so of a demented or half-drunk woman who probably had an ulterior motive from vindictive revenge or something? But it's the deep problem here is the fact that the justice system and the police, when it comes to accusations of rape, just automatically go ahead with the case, charge the man, and there's been lots of cases, and I think maybe one of the first ones was, I think it was about 1987 here in Western Australia. A guy called Kevin Ibbs, he's dead now because he committed suicide after they ruined his life. He was known as a 30-second rapist. And
Right. Okay.
I think I remember this case.
we're,
Halfway through the deed, the woman said stop. He continued for 30 seconds, and then he still got jailed for rape.
That's right. And even then, there was a lot of concern throughout the community. Most of the guys, they're saying, what's wrong? Why was this guy charged when she consented to consensual sex?
Sure.
When they were almost finished, she said, I want to stop now. And because he didn't stop when she said, he was charged with rape. And nobody could believe this. And we thought, oh, this is a joke. It'll be thrown out of court. Oh, no. He was actually found guilty and spent time in jail.
Yeah.
And the story goes is that he would have stayed in jail and not cleared his name at all had it not been for the fact that the two women involved, one of whom was his wife, the other one he had sex with was a friend of his wife, had not spoken or bragged about what they'd done. At some party, they'd...
Are you serious?
This is exactly what happened.
Wow, I didn't know this one. Okay.
Yeah, they conspired together to get him out of the house so she could get the house through a divorce or whatever.
Sure.
Anyway, they went to a party apparently. So the anecdote goes, at the party, they obviously both got pissed, and they started bragging about how they fitted this guy up, Anyway, someone had heard them say that and went to the police, and subsequently these two women were charged with conspiracy to pervert the course of justice and spent time in jail.
As they
I'd
should
love
have.
to know
And,
how long did they spend in jail?
Not very long.
So this is things like, I'm trying to remember the country it is. There's a country that if you entrap someone, they don't call it adverting the course of justice, they call it entrapment.
Okay.
That your sentence will match what the person you did it to got.
Would have received, yeah.
Gotcha.
So in this situation, let's say he got charged and sentenced to 10 years jail, because they set it up and entrapped him,
Sure.
they will get 10 years as well.
Well, something a lot of people don't know, and I'll tell you, I'll get the great wrath of the feminists here, okay? But this is
You're
just
going to get it anyway,
Yeah,
dressed like that.
But
so.
here's some reality. Here's some reality, okay? statistics have shown that when men and women go to jail for the exact same offence, right?
Yeah, men go for longer.
Men go for 7 times longer for the same
I
offence.
didn't know it was 7
Yeah.
times. I knew
Well,
it
they
was
say
longer.
1/7. So they say it the other way. A woman receives 1/7 of the sentence. So a guy that goes to jail
I
7
think
times
Malcolm
more.
Roberts brought that up in Parliament.
May have. And I like, we keep talking about equality here. We keep talking about feminists and all that kind of carry. Now, feminism is apparently supposed to be, to see the equality between the sexes. No, it doesn't. No, it did in first wave, second wave, absolutely, and it was
not first wave. First wave was just, hey, stop putting us down. Second wave was, right, treat us equally.
Yep.
Third was like, no, I want to be treated better than a man. And fourth is like, no, men are scum. Like, you don't deserve any rights.
Where you go into the kill all men territory right now. Okay.
All men are,
Yes.
All
time forward sort of area.
Men are toxic and all that kind of thing, and teaching young boys that they're toxic. This is absolutely disgusting. And like, my mum was a very I don't know, equality based person, if you like. I mean, I don't know. She worked very, very hard. My mum and dad worked together and all that sort of thing. And I know I saw the best of those values, right, growing up. But I think that it's how would I explain this? Now I see that it's a case of demonizing. So I think we've gone so far that it has actually been detrimental to women as well as men.
Well, it already is. You can already see this, especially in Australia.
Anybody.
So let's have a look at what happens in society at the moment. So how many guys do you know that are now married not to Western women, but they're actually gone to other countries?
It's a big thing now. It's a big thing.
I know a lot of guys because my brother does FIFO, and I pick him up from the airport, bring him home when he drives out. So I actually get a chance to catch up with a lot of the guys. I do not know a single guy who is married to a Western woman who is doing FIFO.
Yep.
And the whole reason why is because they said it's too dangerous to marry a Western woman.
And that's the reality,
especially in Australian and Western women.
Well,
they just flat out refuse to.
But I have female friends that we talk about this, right? And with my female friends, and they say, I'm 45 and I'm single and I can't get a decent man. And it's not because there's not decent men out there. It's because, quite frankly, they won't take the risk.
No,
right?
You can't blame them.
And why would you play Russian roulette, right? And I sit here as a guy who's been burnt 3 times, pretty damn heavily, right? Okay, I am talking bloody charcoal here, okay, when it comes to financial settlements with women, right? And the viciousness, and where it comes from is actually, again, it becomes like, it's not about, okay, you know what, relationship didn't work out, people grow older, you got married for the wrong reasons, whatever, 2 kids fall in love, whatever the case may be. It's a case of, it's like the Ivana Trump thing or Ivanka or whatever. You don't get mad, get everything, right? Okay, there's this mentality that there's this they're deserving of something. Okay, I know a lot of men in my life, obviously, as well. And I tell you right now, of all the men that I know who are fathers, right, all the fathers I know, I only know one man over the age of 35 years old that still has his kids in his life, in his in original marriage sort of situation. One man over the age of 35, because they've all gone through family court, they've all had themselves and they've lost all their money and that sort of thing. But more horrible is the child abuse of the fact that these kids have been dragged away from their dads, right? One man, and I know thousands and thousands of people. Now, that's absolutely ridiculous. And that one man, do you know why he's got his kids? Because he's worth millions, and I mean serious millions, right? Okay. And because he was able to walk in to court with a QC and he paid off his ex-wife a big chunk of money, boom, QC, job done. Otherwise, for you, me, and any normal fella out there, right, you've got no chance. You are walking into the pits of hell.
I know 3 or 4 guys out of everyone I know, and I get heavily involved in politics, so I know quite a few people.
Sure.
I think I know 4. One had a private investigator investigate the ex-wife and never made it to the court because he presented everything he found to her outside of court, and then she made a settlement offer.
Amazing.
She didn't want that to come out.
Yep.
One is constantly in and out of court fighting like false allegations.
Yep.
So he gets the kids and then he loses them, gets the kids, loses them, gets them. And it's an ongoing thing. It's been going for like 16 years or something. One, the ex-wife abandoned the children.
Right.
Just wants nothing to do with them, just abandoned them. And Another one is like a pretty, believe it or not, it's actually they're from the Extinction Rebellion side of things.
Yep.
I don't know if the kids were love children where they just accidentally got pregnant during a time on medication.
Sure.
But him and his ex, I don't know if they're married or not, have actually a really, really good relationship. And his current partner is actually, they're all really good friends. Like they all go out drinking together. Yep. So it does happen, but God, it's rare.
It's rare. But I think it all circles around where we started here, right? False allegations, right?
Yeah.
Now, okay. It's now an absolute epidemic. Okay, that's the reality, right? Now, I mean, I have been accused of things myself which are completely false. And the amazing thing is when you present evidence to a court, for argument's sake, or any other place to show that what's been said is completely untrue, the person who makes those false allegations, if they happen to have the right gender, get away with it. Now, there's no perverting the course of justice. There's no making false accusations, whatever. They get away with it scot-free.
I would love to know the last time perjury was actually heard and tried in a court of law in the family law court.
Okay, I'm told that since Quigley's been in the position of power, that the instructions are now, I don't know if this is correct or not, but I've been told by someone I trust, okay, who is in a position that, you can trust. I'm told that they try and they do 2 perjury cases per year. Now, I haven't heard a single one, right? And I'm heavily involved in that space, right? So I would think I would know about it. But there you go.
Apparently, it was true that John Howard, when he was in power, introduced laws to cover perjury in the family court, especially to get some of these women who are telling blatant lies.
Yep.
But the laws that he brought in were thrown out by
Julia Gillard.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And Morrison did not bring them back. He could have done.
Morrison's a coward. Morrison's an absolute coward.
Morrison was an apologist for the feminists, like just about every politician is now.
Julia Gillard was, in my absolute opinion, the worst prime minister this country's ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
Just the social damage that woman did, right? Okay, and I've said, that woman, oh my God, he must be a misogynist. I wouldn't care what gender.
Well, how do you know? She could be transgender now.
She could be. Who knows?
At that time, that woman was a woman, so I think that's.
Well, hey, we live in 2022. You can't say that woman anymore because, hey, I've just, I've identified her as a woman. She might be transitioning. She might be, identify as a koala for all I know, right?
But you know what? I would love to invoke the Flight of the Conchords in this one.
Oh, okay, cool.
So they did a radio show and they never got in trouble for this one, where they had the National Ranger Appreciation Day.
Lovely. Okay, I like that.
So great show. They had all these rangers call up and say how great it was to be a ranger. And then they ripped into them saying that that the reason they have freckles is because that's the souls of all the children that they've absorbed and that the rangers are the spawns of Satan.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
nice.
in regards to the person we we're just talking about, then I think that might be true.
That could be very true. Yes.
So,
what people don't know and why,
that you're actually naturally a redhead.
Strawberry blonde all the way, right? But no, what people have got to understand is effectively in 2000 and was it 2010 when they did 2010 2011.
Oh, is this when Julia Gillard stabbed right in the back?
Julia Gillard, okay, put legislation forward and pushed it through, right? And it was part of the big stabbing incident as well. Okay.
Late 2009. It would have been late 2009, early 2010 from memory.
Okay. Yeah, in that little period anyway. The point being is I think it actually went through in legislation in 2011, but yes, that's when the period went through.
I'm pretty sure Rudd did 2 years, then got stabbed in the back, and then she went into the election, won the election because, give her a chance sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then was absolute debacle, and then Rudd came back, and then I think he lost the next one.
He did. My point is this, right? She removed the requirement for evidence, right? Like, how does that make any sense whatsoever? So if you want to say, Kenny came in here and punched me in the face, right?
But he did. That's why I'm so fat.
Exactly right. Look at the swelling. Look at the swelling, right? But okay, now there's not a mark on me. Okay, there's no video footage.
Phone book.
There's no one around. Okay, now quite frankly. That I could go to the police and say, hey, can he hit me or whatever? And they would say, mate, there's no evidence. We're not even going to bother doing anything here, right?
Yeah,
Now, what Gillard did is she removed that requirement, okay? And that if a woman makes an accusation against a man, it goes through the entire system, The man loses everything. That is the reality. And I can vouch for it because there's a bloke sitting right here who's been through this, right?
Yep. And
Okay?
there's
Absolute
else.
100% bullshit. You can make it up. You don't need evidence, all that kind of thing. And when you are proven to be a liar, when evidence is shown that you're a liar, you get away with it for scot-free, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. This is criminal, right? We are right now, in my eyes, living through another stolen generation. There is a generation of children out there who have been stolen from predominantly fathers, right?
They'll never see their father. Yeah.
84.1%, okay, of fathers are removed effectively from by the family court. 84.1. Just think about that for maths, right? Okay. So if that's the case, this is a generational, well, it's a destruction of a generation.
Yeah.
Now, if it was wrong when it was done to the Aboriginal people, and by the way, it bloody well was, right?
Yep.
Okay. It's just as wrong as it's happening, whatever the color of your skin is, right? This is social genocide, and it is absolutely taking place at the hands of our absolutely corrupt legal system and our absolutely inept political system.
Yeah.
That's why
Quigley's got so much to answer for. Now, the other thing, a lot of people don't realize why this is such a big issue. So what Julia Gillard has done effectively, the judge can decide what evidence to hear and what evidence not to hear. So I was talking to this one guy who's actually going through it. He was in Queensland for work, flew back in, and then he was going through a separation at the time. Was grabbing his stuff. As he was walking out of the house, the police rocked up and arrested him. He's like, what the hell am I getting arrested for? Apparently it was a breach of a violence restraining order.
Right.
So and he's like, how can I be breaching a VRO if she's not here? She was hiding in the backyard, waiting for him to come home. So she called while she was in the backyard.
Yeah.
So the police served him and arrested him at the same time. When they went into court because he appealed it, he presented his flights, the CCTV footage when he was at his workplace, because they're all date and timestamp and everything. So apparently, whilst he was in Queensland, the allegation is that he hit her.
Right.
And that was the grounds for the restraining order. The judge apparently, so this is what he's told me, the judge said, no, we're not accepting that as evidence because it's hearsay.
Hearsay.
Yeah,
How is that
right,
hearsay?
Like, I just don't get it.
The judges and magistrates are just as corrupt when it comes to this. They're always on the side of the woman. It's obvious now. So many cases similar to that.
Yep. They're on instructions from Quigley. And this is what I'm saying. Like, Quigley's got so much to answer to because he's the one that sets the rules for all the judges.
Yeah.
And especially in the family law court. And this is one of the things I'm a massive advocate for free speech, regardless of what sort of speech it is.
Sure.
I'm actually kind of with Elon Musk on this one. And the whole argument that you shouldn't be able to report on the family law court because it put the kids out danger, I call that bullshit. I think the kids are out more danger because they know it's hidden. They can go away with, parents can get away with assaulting or actually hurting kids because they know it's never, ever going to be reported on. Interesting fact, I did read a report that states that the predominant gender for filicide, which is the murder of your children, is actually women.
That's right.
Yeah, I can tell you right now that I think it's
really high difference.
It's over 70%.
Yeah,
over 70% of filicide is actually committed by the woman. Unfortunately, coming in second is stepfathers. Coming in absolute last is fathers.
Yep.
So these are Australian figures. This is from the Australian Bureau of Statistics, right? So theoretically, these are the figures that should be used by the government, right, to make policy, whatever.
A woman in Queensland killed 8 of her children, wasn't it? Or 7?
Yeah, there's some really atrocious things. But regardless, if you kill a kid, regardless whether you're the dad, the stepdad, the mother, the stepmother, or whoever,
it's murder.
It's not filicide, it's murder. You have killed someone. The reason I think they put it up as filicide, from what I've seen, the sentencing for filicide is actually a lot less than murder.
But you notice when same thing, when a woman kills her children, she gets all the sympathy. She didn't mean to do it. She's stressed. She's depressed, but she didn't really, she needs help. When a father kills his children, well, he's an animal. He's he doesn't get any sympathy.
Yeah.
And the best case to illustrate that was the Baxter case in Queensland, where
good
where Mr. Baxter killed his children and then himself and then his wife, and there was hell to play in the media, and he was demonized, and no one
About 3 months
No one
later,
asked,
there
but
was a
He
lady
was
that
provoked by it, wasn't he?
I think about 3 months after that, like it was still making the news rounds. There was a lady killed, I think it was 7 of her kids, drowned them
That's
in a
right,
car
yeah.
or something.
Yeah, and
but it was mental health, mate. It was
Yeah.
mental health.
she was
So
mentally ill.
talking of equality,
Uh-huh.
we've had Glenn jump onto the good old social media side of things.
Yep.
So for those who aren't aware, Glenn is the one said, "Oh, where's the women?" in the last time. So Glenn, we've got a lady now.
Oh,
We got Antoinette for you.
hang on. Wait. Why are you
Equality.
changing my gender because I've got long hair?
No, it's because your name's Antoinette.
Oh, is that how it
Sort of
works?
looks like
Yes.
Sonny and Cher, doesn't it?
They say we am.
It's really funny because you shave your head. So
Yeah.
what happens is I can see the part here.
Oh, can
And
you?
so what it looks like, you've got that feminist undercut.
Oh, jeez, yes.
So
It's ugly on them. I can't imagine what it looks like on me.
like, it is pretty rancid.
Hey, you know what? We're going to have a song, mate. A quick little break so I can get rid of this, quite frankly. Okay?
Is it Ruby Soho by Rancid?
No, but I have chosen it, based on our conversation. Can you guess what it is? I'm,
Violent Femmes?
I'm not even going to bother with that. It's Edge Radio Australia. I'll be back really soon.
Well, I'm in need. Yes, it's a trifling. Gold digger.
No, Violent Femmes, Violent Feminists.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Okay. I forgot that I'm still plugged in.
Hey, Aaron, you're still plugged in,
Yeah,
mate.
thanks, mate. I appreciate your support and help on that. It's all caught in my hair. Hang on.
Oh, my hair!
Is that the wig he wore when he dressed up as a woman in court?
Yeah, he's the same one.
Yeah, I thought it might have
You know
been.
what I need to do?
Yeah.
Let's see if I can find it. Aaron, boy. Oh, there it is. Straight away, images.
Yeah.
Where are we? Save image as. No.
Yeah.
No, I don't want a web image.
Quite interesting show. It's not working.
Print screen. There it is. So if people are wondering what I'm doing, I'm actually just taking an image of Mr. Malloy. It is a beautiful image. And I'm showing, this is not Aaron's first rodeo. Let's put this into downloads.
All right, now I've got to fix all my stuff that I broke.
What'd you break?
Oh, nothing. Just got the mouse.
I was wondering what that red flash was.
What?
Oh, when the mouse fell over, it flashed me with the
Oh.
laser on the bottom.
Yes, with
So-
my hair, I lost control of where I was plugged in.
There it is. So for those who look on social media, I've got an amazing treat for you. Aaron's on, I hate this.
Oh, you're not. What have you done? Oh, no. You're a horrible man.
So this is not the first time Aaron's dressed as a woman.
I'm not dressed as a woman. I just put a wig on. That's all I did. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but hey, no.
I think it's hilarious.
How many years ago is it now? Is it 6 or 7 years ago when I actually did that?
Is that it?
Hey?
Is that it?
Yeah.
Wow. I thought you were younger there. The last 7
Things are
years have
probably
been
worse
really
now.
rough on you,
Yeah.
Aaron.
It's been a rough 6 years.
If anyone would like a copy of Aaron's picture, I can get it autographed for you and we'll frame it up and I'll send it out to you.
Oh, dear. Well, it was
It's funny because you're putting the earphones down your bra.
Well, remember there was that poster of mine for sale for $1,500.
You know what? Should I leave it up for the show?
Hey? No.
Why not? It's funny.
All right, we're back in 3 minutes. Oh, no, we're not. Oh, no.
What?
Oh, I made a small mistake.
You put one of your big long mixers on, didn't you?
No, it's not that. It's just that I actually got myself distracted. Simple as that. I meant to put the herb doctor in there, but it's all right. We'll fix that later.
I just love like when you hear the herb doctor, it's like, oh, that sounds dodgy. We're not in Queensland. Yibbida. Ain't your mother for the rabbits.
All right. So we are back in 2.5.
I don't have time for a coffee. Did you get yourself a beer?
No.
You want one?
Nah.
Ken, you want a beer?
No, thanks. No.
Well, I'm going to go get the hangover cure. I'll be back in a minute.
I've got this. The hard stuff. What are you going to get? Oh.
Told you, hangover cure. I don't have a hangover. It just tastes better than the Wangara water.
That's why I won't drink the Wangara water. It's awful.
It's all warm water up here, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know. But it's so chlorinated. It's
Yeah.
awful. Yeah,
Yeah.
really bad.
Yeah.
All right.
Comes out
Even-
the tap white.
Even when you boil it, it still tastes raw.
Yeah.
All right, we jumping across?
That's still 1.5 minutes, mate. All right, now what less controversial subject are we going to hit this time?
Less controversial.
Hit me, go on.
Well, I was going to go to Twitter, but
Oh, okay, we'll go Twitter. Yeah. Right.
so I found out. Did I tell you why he carried the sink?
Yes.
Like, God, that's Canadian humour 101.
I thought maybe it was all about everything, including the kitchen sink or whatever. That's why he came in, but no.
No, like, I'll
Say it on
I don't
air.
think Kenny knows. So
I heard about it.
Oh,
Yeah, something to do with the sink.
Yeah.
A sink
1 minute.
because that's something he was going to do, was it?
No, drain the swamp. That's
Drain
Trump.
the swamp. Yeah.
Trump was on drain the swamp.
Hmm.
I still can't believe like who's getting fact checked at the moment on Twitter.
Who is? Like
no.
Hillary Clinton.
There's more.
Okay, well, let's talk about that when we go on, right?
So I'm just waiting for you to hurry up and get that little black line to go across and cover up the white line.
Jeez, mate, you took all the technical talk there. How about we'll just wait for the song to finish? 38 seconds.
In the
Isn't that?
Mhm.
Okay. With about 10 to go, we'll go live. I'll open up all the mics.
You need a new shirt, Aaron. That was like seriously looking like a Hawaiian tea towel.
This is actually one of my newer ones, mate. So, hey.
It looks the same as the other ones. Like, you been to Hawaiian lately?
I haven't been to Hawaii, no, not for a while. In fact, never. All right. Okay, we're back in 10 seconds. We're now live.
It's Edge Radio Australia. We adore. That was a sudden little stop in the old song there. I'm going to blame Travis. Now, Travis is now rubbing his beard on the microphone. Why is he doing that?
Because it annoys the shit out of you.
It does. And like, I'm starting to think that we're not even doing this show for anybody's benefit, except you just want to piss me off.
Yes.
Great. That's the whole reason for the show, right?
Yes.
Wearing out the equipment.
Exactly. Now, we've taken a little break. We've gotten back. We've had the everyday people, but now I'm here with a good bloke and a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about Twitter. Speaking of pains in the ass,
So I'll be nice.
please.
So yeah, Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, right with the birds. Got Twitter. So Elon Musk purchased Twitter.
He
Finally
did.
came through.
Yep.
I've just found out that he's actually privatizing it, which is quite interesting. So not only did he buy it for 44 billion, it looks at all the shareholders that own shares in Twitter. He's actually going to buy them as well.
Right.
So he'll effectively have full control over Twitter.
Yeah.
Like, absolute. So he won't have to worry about paying out shareholders. He can just focus on making money off it.
Mhm.
So I think Twitter will actually do really, really well over the next couple of years. But first of all, the sink.
The sink.
The sink.
So he walked in carrying
why
a
the
sink.
hell did he bring a sink into the Twitter HQ?
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened right at the start
Mhm.
when the rumors started going around that he was planning to buy Twitter? Everyone's saying, "Oh no, that will never happen." Da, 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 da. Anyway, so it's like when he walked into the HQ for the first time, it's like imagine Elon Musk actually walking into the HQ of Twitter, of all people. It's
Of all
Elon
people.
Musk, the person that's the most free speech, like an absolutist when it comes to free speech,
Yep.
walking into one of the most censored platforms out there. Now let that sink in.
Mm-hmm. Let that sink
Get
in.
it sink in, and he brought a sink in
That is-
to
yeah.
Twitter.
Yes, that's a
So
real.
that's like the absolute epitome of Canadian dad jokes. Like that's just so
He's
bad.
from Canada. Yeah,
Canadian,
absolutely.
eh?
Canadian, yeah.
So
Right.
did
Okay.
I tell you my Canadian joke?
Oh no.
How do Canadians spell Canada? Canada.
Oh dear. All right. So we've got a guy who believes in 100% all the way.
It's funny because our viewers halved after that. So yes, no, we're going to absolutist on when it comes to free speech,
Sure.
taking over Twitter.
Yep.
And within, I don't even think he's taken it over for like 3 or 4 days now.
Oh.
Already, Hillary Clinton has been fact checked.
Yep. I love that. I love that.
I think that's brilliant. Joe Biden got fact checked.
How good is
So
that?
Joe Biden put a tweet out saying that with the anti-inflation bill or whatever they called it, companies that earn over, I think it was 55. So there was 55 companies that were in line to be a higher tax rate.
Sure.
Because they don't pay tax, and it's about time they pulled their share. Rah, 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 rah.
Yep.
And the usual off in the ferries that Biden does. So it actually turns out there's a bit of a caveat in there. You got to have a pre-tax income of over $1 billion a year.
Right.
So of those 55 companies that were targeted, only 14 of them were actually getting affected.
Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. So it's
So
just
he got
publicity
fact
101.
checked.
Yeah. Okay.
I just think it's brilliant. And like, you should have seen the comments like all the way down. It's like, oh my God, like someone from the Democrats getting fact checked. What the hell? Like,
Do you know what I want right now? I want a video. Okay. I want someone to go and compiled a video together of all the bits of footage, okay, of Biden walking away from the podium lost, right? Okay.
oh, it's already out there.
Okay. But I want it to the Benny Hill music. That's what I want. That would, I mean, that's a Christmas gift that keeps giving. I think we should get on.
No, that's Biden, just full stop. And his son's doing a great job following it up. So like, it makes me wonder, like, I know you shouldn't laugh at people with drug problems, but I'm sorry, this is just too funny. I seriously wondering, was Biden on the pipe when, like, before he was conceived? Because there's something seriously wrong with that kid.
Oh,
Well, I can't call him a kid. He's older than me, but
yeah. I think he's got that rich kid syndrome, right? Funny enough, okay, and I'm not going to like insult particular people here, but I'm going to say something that I experienced on the weekend. Funny enough, out and about, I've realised there's a school in Perth, right? A school in Perth, a very exclusive school, right? That every single person I've met who went to that school is a complete self-absorbed asshole, right? And it's a very wealthy school. I'm not going to say which school it is. But I'm going to say, right. No. And I know. I think, okay, if you work really hard and you're successful, whatever, you want to put your kids through an expensive school, you knock yourself out, right? Like, I think it's really important to choose the school. And I'm a big believer in don't apologize for making a living. If you've done well, good on you, right? Most people have got to where they are with hard work. Some people haven't, but okay. But these absolutely entitled people, right? They have got been to this particular school, and they're all asses. They speak down to people. They're very rude to wait staff. That's one of my tests in life. How you treat wait staff, right? Okay. If you treat wait staff like trash, right, then you're trash. Okay. You're just projecting, right? So as far as I was concerned, that's a big thing with me. Now, what I'm getting at is people like Joe Biden's son, good old Hunter, right? I think he's just grown up with that silver spoon in his mouth and that sense of entitlement. And I don't think he's broken or anything like that. The reason why he's taking drugs, I think he's just thinks he can get away with it.
Yeah,
I just
I
think
think
he's living
you hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
Those kids, they do get away with it.
Yep.
Look at George Bush, the second George Bush.
Yeah. Yep.
Another example, he even got to be the US president. A very privileged life. He stuffed up his life on so many fronts, but he always got a second chance.
Yeah.
Because he was a son of multi-billionaires with power,
Makes all the
And
difference.
he still has not been done for war crimes.
Yeah.
He never will be either.
No,
So,
they'll get away with it. Exactly. Right. Yeah.
And talking about the Bushes here, going back to his dad, did you know no one in America actually ever got charged for war crimes for what they did to Vietnam?
No, I'm not surprised.
Like
Not
the
surprised.
way they got around. Sorry, we're kind of off topic on this one.
Yeah.
So during the Vietnam War, there was actually apparently 3 Vietnamese governments, so north, south, and there was another one based out of Laos.
Sure.
So what happened? Apparently, the Americans had instructions from the Laos Vietnamese government to go napalm everything and spray a heap of
Agent Orange.
Agent Orange. Thank you. I was going to say Glen 20. I was like, that's definitely not right.
No, it's definitely not.
And so the guy who apparently ordered America to do it died before the end of the Vietnam War.
Really?
So therefore, he was never charged with war crimes.
That's convenient.
Oh, well,
So
even the what was the My Lai massacre? A guy called Cayley or whatever who ordered it, where hundreds of Vietnamese civilians were massacred in their village.
Yep.
Those guys weren't charged.
Yeah.
It's
so
disgusting.
It's
That's
insane.
disgusting.
So
didn't
I
spend long in
can't
jail.
I can't stand the Clintons, the Bushes. But what can you do? Like,
And you know what? I'm glad that, mind you, I'm glad we've made the point about, we're talking about the Bushes here, because, okay, ultimately, okay, you say about bad politicians and crime and corruption and so forth,
growing
right?
up with a silver spoon in your mouth.
Absolutely right. You're normally talking about Democrats here, okay? As far as people, we sit on either side of the fence, not going to carry on. The fact of the matter is, it doesn't really matter the color. Okay, it could be the donkey or the whatever the hell it is. The real
elephant, actually.
yeah, donkey or an elephant. Yeah. I'm not up on these things.
I don't get it.
Yeah, look, it's blue or red, right? Okay, your Subaru or your Mitsubishi. Okay, your Ford or Holden.
Come on, no.
Okay.
Subaru or Evo? Oh, well, Evo.
Yeah,
was a
he's a
Mitsubishi.
Mitsubishi.
So ignore
Oh,
everything I
jeez.
just said then. Non-car guy here, by the way.
Yeah, clearly not a car guy.
So-
But okay, you're on one side of the fence, right? And the reality is that generally speaking, okay, Republican presidents have been more common sense based, whereas I don't know,
It was the Republicans that freed the slaves.
yeah,
It
which
was the
people
Democrats
forget.
that brought them in.
That's right. That's exactly right. So,
That says
but
a lot.
I say that, and now they're pretty much, it's the same as we've got everywhere. I mean, the fact is, these parties have just gone so far away from their original roots, so you don't recognize them anyway. It's almost like this one party, and they've just, colored different
The United
t-shirts.
States is a one-party state. I think it has been for a long time. It's just a sham.
Sort of like the CCP, where they've got the CCP, and then they actually the CCP determine who the opposition are.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, same thing. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Brett's just joined us on the stream as well.
Oh,
So,
g'day,
hey,
Brett.
Brett.
It's kind of like BBC and BBC Two, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, come on, it's
I still can't believe you've got to pay a licensing fee to listen to free-to-air TV in England. I
Yeah.
find that hilarious.
yeah. I wonder if that's still the case with subscription stuff and how it's all.
Well, as far as I know, it is, because I'm still seeing videos on YouTube where people are rocking up and like the BBC thugs are coming up and saying, "Oh, our truck is saying that you're receiving radio waves into this house and like you haven't paid your fees."
Well, you
how
couldn't
the
do
hell
that
would
now
you
because it's digital
read that?
signal. Because it's so you couldn't do that anymore because
So
it's not like anyone's got waves coming to the house with digital.
they still send the thugs out for it.
Yeah,
And I'm sorry,
yeah.
that's what they are. The moment
Yeah.
you pull a camera on, they turn around and walk off.
Yeah, funny
So-
that. Whenever I think about that, okay, I'm just going to show my age here. I remember the young ones. Okay, the young ones. That was brilliant.
I
That was
watched the young ones.
Okay, you are the young one,
I was, the one with the spiky head, the crazy one. It's like
Vivian.
Vivian.
Yes.
That's right.
Oh, okay, talking about just silly wigs and things like this. I'm probably showing too much of my personality, but when I was in year 9 at school, I
So
went to-
1974.
Yeah, thanks. Read my lips. Year 9, we had a school social. Remember the socials, right? And I actually, it was a dress up one. I actually went as Vivian. I had the orange mohawk and the whole lot, and and the studs all over myself. Yeah. So-
I thought you were part of the LGBT community. Get it? You had studs all over you.
Oh, I'm the stud, baby.
So
you
you're
believe
all
that?
over yourself then.
Exactly.
Hey, nothing like a bit of self-love.
Oh,
let's go
dear.
down talking of self-love, getting back to Twitter.
Yeah.
So Twitter's also announced that they're going to unban all the permanently banned accounts. So I actually might go back onto Twitter. I've got an account. I think I've posted about 5 or 6 times to it. So I don't know. It's just a cesspool of hate.
I got a Twitter account. I did the crazy thing of opening it with my own name. That was
yeah,
pretty
good luck
dumb.
with that.
Yeah, okay. And within 10 minutes, I realized this was one of the greatest mistakes of my life.
Yeah.
And I haven't been back on. Simple as that. So I think I was on less than a day, really, genuinely. I went back and checked it one other time. That's
I
it.
get
It's a cesspool.
I get people calling me up saying, "Oh, I sent you a message on Twitter," and I was like, "Why? Why?" It's just no. It's the on the flip side of the Twitter. I have to say I find Telegram is very similar to Twitter.
Oh, I can't track anything.
They're both absolute bubbles of like. I find Twitter is a bubble of the left, and then I find Telegram a bubble of the right.
Is that right? Okay.
I find I get so many messages on both, and people still ask me why do I still use Facebook, and there's a very simple reason: is as a political candidate, the people that I want to reach out to aren't the people who are going to vote for me anyway, are already on Telegram, stuff like that. The people who are sort of like swing voters who aren't really sure how they're going to vote are actually on places like Facebook, Twitter, and things like that. So
it makes sense. That makes sense.
You got to go to where the people are. You can't just sit there preach to the converted and hope that and hope you don't increase your audience, because you're not going to where the audience are.
Because you're in that bubble. Exactly right. And I look, as far as bubbles go, I encourage people to be very careful. It's very easy to stay in that bubble, right? You know, get out there with the old pen and pop it occasionally and have a good look. Look at, and I mean, I'll be the first to say, lefties drive me nuts. Okay, I can't stand lefties, right? Okay.
Fights with them.
Oh, look, I don't like to pick on the less fortunate. So like, but having said that, okay, I like to go over and listen to opinions, okay, because I like to be balanced about things. And where I come full circle on this, I used to actually very genuinely consider myself a lefty, right? I was on that side. I mean, I consider myself centre, leaning on the left. I believed in a lot of what I considered to be progressive things. But I'm not seeing progression anymore. I'm seeing quite the difference. I'm seeing regression. I'm seeing that the left has gone backwards and it wants to create division and wants to create your negativity and aggression, all that kind of carrying. Whereas
Winston Churchill said, the next fascists will masquerade as anti-fascists.
Yeah.
And he was right. The left wing now masquerading as anti-fascists. They're calling everyone else fascists. But
well, that's the same thing that the
so true.
did.
So true.
Yeah, the left became the
same
right.
thing the Nazis did.
Yeah.
It's funny because they're taking their play, like what they're doing, directly out of the communist playbook. So
I know.
It's
we know it works. I mean, it's worked before, right?
Yeah, but
I mean, it works as far as taking power. It doesn't work as an ideology, but it works as far as taking power, for sure.
Yeah, but the thing is, we now have the internet. And I think that's a great leveler, especially on the political market. If you want to find information out without it being tainted one way or the other, you can't. You just go DuckDuckGo, Google search, APRA, whatever it's called. There's so many different search engines out there now. There's so many different options, so many different platforms. So you've got Twitter, you've got Facebook, you've got Getter, you've got what's that other one that
Bing.
Trump made?
Oh,
Bing's a search engine.
Oh, sorry.
So Telegram,
yep,
Instagram,
Truth Social.
True Social. There's so like there's more than you can look at now. So
it's too hard.
It's if you get to one and you find, you know what, this is just a cesspool of hate, jump to another one.
Yeah.
So and I think this is why, even though Facebook lost billions of dollars, I cannot believe how much money they've lost. I don't think they're going to go down very, because they've got shareholders they've got to respond to. So I think you'll find Facebook will bounce back. I think it will recover. I think it's just getting to the point where it's not too big to fail, but all the hardware's there. I think what will happen is we'll eventually have a hostile takeover where someone else will take it over. Zuckerberg will get kicked out and then it'll rebrand itself.
And you can't go, oh, that won't happen, because I don't know if everyone remembers, but a guy, called Jobs got fired from Apple.
Exactly.
Right? So it can happen.
The guy from MySpace is another one.
Yeah, really?
Tom from MySpace. He's a photographer now.
Oh, really?
Amazing photographer.
Okay, see, I'm of the generation, I missed the MySpace thing.
Really?
I just, absolutely. Yeah.
I have to say,
I was out having a life.
My first experience to social media. I don't even know if you can call it social media back then. It's MIRC.
What's that?
It was literally, you'd go into chat rooms and you'd have to use MS-DOS commands to talk to each other.
Oh, no way.
Like, it was absolutely awesome. And every time you got a message, it goes, and so like you'd be at school, like on the like clunky old computers, like and then like the whole time. I don't know how the teachers put up with it, because it was awesome.
Oh,
it was great.
We had the telephone. Remember a thing called the telephone?
Yeah.
And
that thing up there.
Yeah, and hang on, $3 a minute for Party Line. Yes. Yeah.
I never had Party Line.
Oh, I think it was about 12. Yeah, Party Line, absolutely.
That's roughly a year after I was born, Aaron.
Yeah, thanks. And with that, a quick little break. It's Edge Radio Australia.
A quick little break while Aaron has a cry in the corner.
You've got the devil inside, mate.
Oh, you idiot. All right. Okay.
You don't have to start calling me. What's his name? Greg Hunt.
What?
Thank your mother for the rabbits.
Oh, I thought you were going to get Michael Hutchinson. How the hell are you going to make that work? Okay.
What? No, Greg Hunt.
Yeah. Yes, I'm with you there. Now I understand.
Oh.
All right, come back with some subject matter, gentlemen.
Oh, am I allowed to do politics?
That's what pretty well be.
No, like very pointed politics.
Yep.
I'll have to go get my hat.
Okay, well, there's not going to be a whole lot coming back. Oh, hang on. No, we're actually going to pretty well come back and do goodbye. So how much do you want to talk about?
About 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. Oh, okay, that'll work.
Oh,
I have to do 2 songs because the fact is I have to put in an ad, all right?
Mm-hmm.
What can I follow this up with? I need a really short song.
Bad Religion. Hazy Shade one top. I think it's like 2 minutes 10. The Yeahs have a song called the 30-second song.
Yep.
It goes for 29 seconds. I think Frenzel Rump did a song called Marco Polo.
Right.
No, sorry, that's Less Than Jake. And it literally goes, Marco. And then one other band members go, Polo. Marco. Polo.
And that's it.
Fish out of water. Michael. Fish out of water. Michael. Fish out of water. And that's it. It was the first song I actually learned the lyrics to besides Tequila.
Right. Oh, hang on. No, this is not going to work.
That's right. We'll just go over.
No, I don't want to because it's just really messing with the program and stuff.
That's right. That's why you got auto logger. Just let logger sort it out.
What, for the ads?
No, just
No, that's going to take ages to program, mate. It's going to take me 2 days to get that really working properly.
that's your problem, not mine.
Yeah, I know. I knew you were going to say that.
That's an Aaron problem.
Oh. All right. What we'll do then.
Hey, you wanted to buy a radio station.
Oh, no. What was I thinking?
Famous last words. Oh, it'll be fun.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way, for the people that are actually listening online, feel free to chuck us a comment or a question. More than happy to answer them.
Absolutely. All right. What I'm going to do here is change a plan completely. I'm going to
Press a button.
Yep. In 2 minutes, we're coming back, which will give us a bang on exactly 5 minutes effectively for the rest of
To dribble shit.
Yep. Yeah. But I do want to finish it up at 6, man.
All right. I'll keep an eye on the clock and totally ignore it.
Sure. I mean, apart from anything like, okay, Monica's had her first day at work today and we're going to go and do something, and I promise. And, yeah.
So I've got to do everything I can to make sure that you break your promise.
You do that every week.
How's the drive for membership going with One Nation?
That's what I was about to get into.
Yeah.
That's
course.
exactly where we're going to go.
That's streaming. That's broadcasting. So we're still on air. Yeah. So, it's going well-ish. So we're getting a bit of help, but I'll cover that when we come back.
Cool.
That's how come I put the old how you doing.
The free advertising.
Damn right.
So
I wish they had the I like the black hats with the orange writing.
we'll just make one.
They were better, hey?
We'll just make one. We've ordered, or we're about to order one of those heat press things that you can. It's got a little curve thing, and you pop your hat on it, and then just go.
Oh, really?
And you can heat press. So I could do that. I can heat press logo.
Because when I was trying to get One Nation logo on this hat, it was bloody nightmare. Couldn't get one. Couldn't get anyone to do it.
Yeah,
real pain.
It's just a heat press one. I can do cups, plates, and all that sort of shit as well.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah, but it's just one of those things getting shit into the country. It's taking forever. So
Yeah,
that's the other thing I want to talk about, the budget and what it was on do. We'll have to save it for next week's show. Because it's a stupid budget. It's just absolute fluff, more of nothing.
All right, we're on now, everyone.
No, we're not. Yeah.
Greatest band in the world there, In Excess, Perth Zone. I'm going to claim them. I don't care. It is Edge Radio Australia, as I say. But In Excess is just the best band because, I'm sorry. We can have this argument for ages. Silverchair, right up there. But I'm telling you right now, no, you've lost. Okay, I'm talking about sustained. I'm not even going to go down here. Let's talk about what you need to talk about with that hat on, mate.
Talking about
What is this hat all about?
See, look at this, so people can see.
Well, I was just going to say, quite frankly, we're talking about
only Conservative Party left over.
We're fighting over which Aussie band is awesome. The fact is, it's great to be proud of your country. It's proud, and of its artists. And there's a group right there, and that funny hat that fella over there is wearing.
Right here.
Go for it.
I don't know if I'd call One Nation an artist.
I didn't call you.
We're pretty cool. We're pretty cool. No, so the reason I pulled the hat on, I don't know if people know this yet or not, but the one and only Pauline is actually coming to Perth.
Big secret. Oh, it's not a secret
really,
anymore.
It's on social media. Exactly. So the cool thing is it'll be on the 13th of
November, mate.
Thank you, November. So 13 days away.
Sure.
Albion. All the details are on the One Nation WA page.
Yep.
So we've actually got the state conference. I think that's what they call
Hey,
it.
here's a great idea. Why not come along, right? And you can celebrate the fact that your new membership, right?
Yeah.
With
so
Pauline.
it is $30 a ticket.
Yep.
And if you're not is to go to a state conference, you got to be a member. So part of your tickets, you actually get your membership as well.
That's a great way of doing things.
Really
Great.
So,
Cool.
And I have to say a big shout out to Pauline for this one, because this is going to be a massive help, especially with what Mark McGowan has decided to do to parties, registration, nominations, and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, he's made the paperwork next to impossible for a lot of parties to do. And that's why I have a very, very strong suspicion that parties like the Great Australia Party, No Mandatory Vaccination, UAP's already said they're not running a state election. I strongly believe that the farmers, shooters, and fishers probably won't survive. The Socialist Party. There's a whole heap of parties on both sides of politics that are going to really, really struggle with this. The Fusion Party is another one I don't think is going to survive.
Okay.
Because it's just not only do you need your membership, but now you also need all your members to sign declaration forms for the government.
Wow.
And it's just the overreach that this has done. The blatant attack on democracy. That
he doesn't like democracy, does he?
No, he doesn't.
No, he's not a big.
That's why he's a big fan of China.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah.
So I think it's disgusting what he's doing. And it's about time that the people of Australia actually stood up and said, no, go F yourself. We're not fight you with everything we got. And I hate to say it, this is beyond time that people actually started standing up and actually taking an interest in politics. Yep. And that's one thing I have to say, I'm really stoked about COVID. The amount of people that have actually taken an interest in politics now is amazing.
Changed completely, hasn't it? Absolutely.
Yeah.
And like you do, many things badly, but you do explain why politics is important. It's the rules.
What we live by.
That's right.
It sets the rules for absolutely everything you do.
So whether you hate the politicians or not, that's great. No,
it's got total control of your life.
Yeah. So why not? Why not have control of your own life? Why not be part of the system? Why not be part of the process?
A hat while you're on the stream.
With this recent new law, it makes it even worse, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
The power of the police.
So, good thing though, if we can get past the registration side of things, it practically guarantees One Nation seat every election in WA from now on.
Oh, really?
So we'll always have representation in WA again, which is going to be key, because at the moment, none of the other parties are doing anything to try and stop this. Have a look at Mr. 91% popularity when he passed the Mineralogy Act. Not a single person challenged it.
Unbelievable.
So
I had an old friend, I've known for forever, was telling me, look at what he's done for us. Look what he's done for us. How can you be angry at Mark? And that literally she used easily. Geez, grab me a toilet roll. I'll start making a list, right?
So it's funny. Whenever someone says that, I see myself, that guy, he's got the board up behind him with all the red tape. He's like, this is what he's done. And I was like, is that how my family sees me? I'm pretty sure I'm banned from Christmas this year.
You should be.
And what's the Liberal opposition?
There is no opposition.
They're very weak now, aren't they?
So it's funny. Mark McGowan was Mr. 91%, and now David Honey's Mr. 9%.
Oh dear.
So apparently, what was it, 40% or something? Didn't know enough about him to know who he was.
Hey, I know. I met him earlier purely simply because I actually had to reach out to try and get some help for a friend of mine who lives in Mosman Park. Right. Otherwise, I wouldn't have gotten any help. Trust me.
This is gonna be really funny. I'm actually friends with him on Facebook. Don't ask me how. Yeah. It just.
So am I.
Not?
So am I. I know. Oh, we're this close. Trust me. No, but I would like to see him step up. We've actually gone past time, but I would like to see the man. I would like to see him actually step up, because ultimately you know, I'm
He's
about
showing more spine than Kirkup, and we saw
exactly
Kirkup
right.
got 21%. So
wow. Yeah. All right. With that, it's time to get out of here because, quite frankly, I will be in some trouble myself. And I think, you know, we've been on the road to nowhere, quite frankly, for the last hour with you two. But,
and I look forward to seeing everyone on the 13th.
on the 13th.
Yeah.
All right. Be part of it.
Definitely.
Absolutely. All right. If you want to find out any more information, jump on our website, edgeradioaustralia.com. Go to the contact page. You can put your information through there, and Travis will get in
Should I
contact
just give
with you.
my nation email?
No.
address?
It's much easier to do it that way. edgeradioaustralia.com. Contact, send it through, and away we go. All right. Thanks very much. Have a wonderful night. I will catch you tomorrow back here at Edge Radio Australia. Thanks, Kenny.
Thank you.
Thanks, Travis. We are on the road to nowhere. It's Edge Radio Australia.
Can't really give me a compliment.
That's right. That's what I'm playing right now.
I thought it would be.
Hey, that show wasn't on the road to nowhere. Actually, I have to say, I really do like these hats. My head's a kind of weird one. It doesn't fit hats often. Not because it's like too big or anything like that. They just don't fit right. And this one actually fits really well. And we're still on air. So if anyone does have any questions, flick them through on the good old social media. And yeah. No questions?
That. All right. And I will now switch the system over to the other studio.
Haha. 3-1, beat you.
Get alive.
All right, have a great day, guys, and we'll talk soon.